The construction industry is facing a significant labor shortage, and it's projected to continue as older workers retire. Gen Z is entering the workforce in full force, and if the construction industry doesn't find effective ways to recruit this generation, we're going to see even more workforce challenges down the road. Today on the podcast, we discuss how construction companies can use tech and benefits as a way to appeal to the next generation. Join me as we begin the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Janice Kleins, the marketing manager for AOE, and today we're talking about a major challenge in the construction industry, attracting Gen Z talent. With me today is Kimberly Kaler, president of AOE, and she is here to discuss how construction companies can use tech and benefits as a way to appeal to the next generation. Kimberly, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Janice. I'm excited to dive into this topic. It's something that's really important for the future of the construction industry.
All right, so let's start with the basics. Let's talk about the importance of attracting Gen Z to the construction industry. Why is this such a critical issue right now?
That's a great question. And I've been in this industry for about 30 years, and it's something that we've talked about for a long time. But today, more than ever, the construction industry is facing a significant labor shortage, and it's projected to continue as older workers retire. Gen Z, those that are born roughly between 97 and 2012, are entering the workforce in full force. And if the construction industry doesn't find effective ways to recruit this generation, we're going to see even more workforce challenges down the road. Gen Z is very different from previous generations. You've likely been to seminars or workshops that talk about the different generations and learned about those differences. And knowing that they have distinct preferences when it comes to employment, it's really key that we take a look at this issue, and we need to adapt strategies to attract and retain this generation.
Absolutely. And Gen Z brings new skills and expectations. So what are some of the things Gen Z is looking for in a career, especially in industries like construction?
So Janice, I really appreciate that you started out saying that they have new skills as well as expectations, because too often we're quick to discount a different generation or look at them negatively because they're different. And we need to find the positive aspects and links to Gen Z because they are very tech savvy. They grew up with smartphones and social media and instant access to information. So as a general rule, they want to work in environments where technology is leveraged to make their jobs easier and more efficient. They're also looking for roles that offer flexibility, opportunities for growth, a clear sense of purpose. So for example, it's fairly common for this generation to ask for a career path when they join an organization. They want to know what upward mobility and what growth looks like. So unlike previous generations, Gen Z isn't just focused on salary. They do want to be linked to the greater goal with the organization, with society in general. So in construction, that may mean highlighting how infrastructure projects impact communities or improve sustainability. We need to help find that link.
Okay, so it sounds like technology is a huge factor for Gen Z. How can construction companies better integrate technology to appeal to this generation as they're entering the workforce?
Yep, technology is definitely a big draw. And one way construction companies can appeal to them is by showcasing the advanced technologies used in modern construction. Changing the mindset that it's dirty work and it's outside and it's low tech, when actually we're using things like drones and 3D modeling and augmented reality. So these tools not only make construction work more efficient, but hopefully more exciting for the generations to come as well. When Gen Z sees the construction industry is embracing technology, our hope is that will help shift the perception of the construction industry from purely manual labor in the field to one that's innovative and very future focused.
Well, that's a great point. So let's discuss technological advances in construction. How can companies better communicate this message to attract younger talent?
So it's all about meeting Gen Z where they're at, and that's online. So social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are key spaces where Gen Z spends their time. Organizations need to have a presence there and use these platforms to not just showcase their company and the work they do, but also how technology plays into how they deliver on their mission and opportunities in construction. Highlighting things like the use of virtual design or drone operations in everyday construction work can really grab their attention. Also providing online learning opportunities like virtual tours of job sites or tutorials of new technology can really engage them.
So that's excellent advice. Beyond technology, what other factors are important to attracting Gen Z to construction roles?
So benefits are another major factor. Gen Z is looking for comprehensive benefits package that go beyond traditional health and retirement. Things like mental health resources. We do know that mental health is a challenge in terms of the construction industry. Student loan repayment assistance, professional development opportunities are all very appealing to generation. Construction companies that offer flexibility as well through varied career paths or benefits like remote work will definitely stand out to this generation.
So what about the image of the construction industry? I know earlier you touched on it just for a brief moment, but there's often the perception that it's just hard manual labor. How can companies change that narrative?
Well, it is a big hurdle because it is, in its essence, there is still the hard manual labor as part of things. And the construction industry has traditionally been seen as physically demanding, and that can be a deterrent for some. However, organizations need to highlight the diverse range of roles within the industry. So it's not all about, being on site with construction equipment, a hammer, a bulldozer. There are roles in project management and design and engineering, technology. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on the tech side of things as well. So by promoting career paths and showcasing how varied and impactful construction can be, companies can break down those stereotypes and appeal to a wider audience.
I agree. It's about reshaping how the industry is viewed, especially by a generation that's open to a variety of career paths. So tell our audience, what should construction companies be doing right now to recruit and retain Gen Z talent?
So construction companies need to prioritize technology and innovation in their recruitment strategies. So you can't just say, hey, we're tech savvy. Showcase that. Showcase that in all the efforts that you have to promote your company, using social media to highlight the cutting edge tools and technologies you're using in the field, and then communicate how these tools are making the jobs more exciting. Should also offer benefits that cater to Gen Z's holistic view of work-life balance and personal development. Finally, it's really crucial to break the stigma in construction about it just being manual labor by showcasing a wide variety of career paths to the industry. If companies can do these things, they're going to be in a much better position to attract and retain Gen Z talent.
Fantastic insights, Kimberly. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your expertise on this important topic.
It's my pleasure. Always happy to discuss ways we can help the construction industry grow and evolve.
So for those of you listening, thank you for joining us today. If you're interested in learning more about how to attract Gen Z talent or exploring the latest trends in social media, visit our website and click on our social media tab located under our service section at aoeteam.com. Thanks for everyone for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.